Well, and welcome everybody to week 8 of Academy here. My name is Petrucham, and it is time for Academy Rush, as I'll be covering Dignitas Academy versus Immortals Academy. Two teams that just yesterday had some results turned in. For IMTA, it was actually a surprising victory over 100 Thieves Academy as they look to keep themselves up in those playoff spots. For Dig, who has still been struggling throughout the split, lost to TLA of all teams. The only team currently locked out of playoffs, but have recently beaten some pretty heavy hitters as well. So it's been a wild ride, to say the least, for both these teams. But it does feel like Dig, when they're on their form, are very tough to overcome in this iteration. IMT, maybe they're starting to find a little bit of consistency, as they did take the victory over Thieves yesterday. So we'll see. Very late. Well, sorry, I guess early wraparound invade here. This is going to catch Altec. Such a good level 1 here for DIGA. Stun's going to land from Volibear, and that's going to be first blood. Over she goes. It's who's going to get it? Karthus wants it, and Froggen will get it. And that's right, we do have a Karthus in this game. Nice little Dark Harvest stack picked up for Froggen there as well. Such a clever level 1 there for Dig. Wrapping all the way around to try and catch somebody, and they do manage to get it. No vision at all for IMT, just this one on the red buff. Is going to at least see where the jungle start is happening. So Potluck maybe on the set here can look to wrap around and try and get the blue, but looks like Cadian's already pinging it. He's aware that he might get 3 buffs here if he's not fast enough to go ahead and get his camp. So he's going to book it right over to the blue side of the jungle and probably just go buff to buff here as Potluck maybe looking to do the same, suspecting that also there is a vertical jungle possibility and doesn't want to fall behind potentially on buffs. Thankfully for Aka here on the Azir, Karthus has yet to go and spend his money. But Karthus did receive buffs in the last patch in 10.14, and we're on 10.15 today, and of course yesterday. Not seeing too much of the impact of that patch just yet, although I guess Varus dropping out of the game, it feels like, has also been happening in the last one as well. So definitely cool to see Froggen playing a champion that we have seen a couple times actually, but I don't think we've ever seen it mid. I think we've seen it jungle only in Academy. Grig actually played it in their win over Dig, with Froggen clearly aware of the power of the champion, although this is actually a champion he's played quite a lot of himself. He's definitely known for having a pretty diverse champion pool, certainly a specialist on a number of mages that aren't all that common, and is the kind of player that will bring something out if he believes it's powerful enough. As junglers are going to meet now for the first time in this game, both level 3, both with double buffs, and looks like Potluck is more up to the task of scrapping here. He's going to face break back, Gates here as well. Going to roam in onto Acadian, Haymaker's out, big amount of shoe damage there being dealt, but JJ is going to spot them with the Scry's Blue, misses his Q, but all unempowered. And just making sure that no further issues plague Acadian here, but that does mean this right side crab is over to IMT, so decent start all around for these junglers. Gate continuing to stay very active on all champions, but Bard, of course, being a natural roamer, makes sense to be on Aka. They're going to go in onto Froggen. He does have flash still. Didn't have to burn any summoners at all to get that first blood. But 2v2 now potentially, as Potluck might continue to want to fight here. Acadian wants this crab though, doesn't want to lose both. They are going to have to fight for it here. Haymaker's out, damage is done. But Potluck not that healthy either. Still Aka getting aggressive now. Looking for Acadian, but running low on mana. Froggen with the Skittles here. Here comes Gate now. Going to try and latch up Froggen. Oh, he still gets stunned. A good flash though. Gets him enough distance to safely make it back to the lane. He's got TP as well. Going to clear out this. Probably burn all the mana to get as many minions as he can. And then TP back and spend the bonus gold he finally got at level 1 from that great invade off of Dig's level 1 play. In the top lane though, Soa's here counter-picking Lolo's Wukong with this cannon. Nice to see Soaz on more of a lane-dominant champion here, but certainly one that can make an impact in the team fights as well. These days, almost assuredly see, team fighting cannon builds, so maybe you'll get some early aggression in your laning items. Duran Shield's pretty standard regardless, but often going to see, Protobelt Zhonya's, Morellonomicon, Rabadons, those types of items here. Soaz will want to look for team fights and flanks as the game gets later on. But for now, he's enjoying a better wave of a CS lead here up against Lolo. Lolo understands that he's playing Wukong, so in an isolated 1v1, especially when he gets counterpicked, probably not going to have a good time regardless. As bottom lane, Asta slightly ahead of CS here. Looks like Altec's going to be forced away, actually. Out of mana and a little lower on health. So whatever has been happening in this 2v2, Asta can be happy that he's got himself an early lead. And DIGA are going to go for an extremely quick first dragon here. This is one of the advantages of not only having control of bottom lane, but also having Karthus on your team. Lots of junglers that were played earlier in the summer were very good at soloing down Drake. Olaf is kind of the one that springs to mind instantly. Graves pretty good at it as well. Volibear a little bit slower through the jungle, especially after some nerfs in recent patches, but Karthus is awfully good at objectives, just so much DPS with the Qs. So good bit of control there. It looks like gank attempt here as Gate rides Potluck into the bottom side of the map with the Magical Journey, but no kill forthcoming. Potluck looks like he's waiting for a crab if there is one. Instead, as AK clear that control ward, looks like he's going to re-invade here on the red side. Jungle is mid lane. Froggen is level 6 now. AK is also level 6 though. Mana pool's looking pretty healthy for this Azir. Froggen already TP'd back. You can see he's got that catalyst. Going to be building in towards that Rod of Ages first. AK trying to keep up. Has gone double Dorans here. Potluck does steal away those Raptors. Katie, they're going to find that vision. JJ kind of forced to stick around and keep up with how active Gate has been on this Bard, which might be issues for the future experience values. You can see Gate right now has a level lead on his support. But looks like a pretty big fight breaking out for this crab here as Acadian's going to go ahead and stun it up, reduce the armor. JJ's here to poke it. Aka at least going to find that ward. So Scry's Bloom was pop, but that crab goes to Acadian after the respawn, and he's going to continue farming through his jungle. So looks like Dig, just based on composition, pretty happy just to lane it out. You know, they already got Karthus an early lead. He'll be able to farm up pretty happily. Jin's feeling really good right now in the 1v1 versus Ashe. It's BF Sword versus Boots. Pretty favorable for the Jin. And Wukong, his weak side is falling a little bit behind on farm, but as long as he can be relevant in the fights, that's kind of all that really matters. So Soas is going to try and get aggressive here. Does have his ulti, but probably not going to let it rip. As Asta and JJ continue to farm things up. I am curious to see if this becomes more common, certainly even with Varus in the meta, but getting banned all the time. Ashe was picking up popularity now that Varus has dropped off the face of Champ Select. Ashe has become the de facto AD in many situations. First picked, or early picked in almost every game I've seen in the last 2 weeks. But Jin is on the rise, at least in Academy. Wind was the first player I saw playing it down here. So, see if maybe North American Jin is back. His top lane dive set up here. 3v1 for poor old Lolo, and he is going to die to Soa's ulti. Very nice pressure there from Potluck, and Aker, of course, having Prio there in mid. So Soa's going to now beat down on this tower. Really nothing Lolo could have done there except play much further back, but had to have a read that the pressure was coming. But Dig have basically stated that they are ignoring this top side, at least for now. So Froggen now, the blue buff, going to go ahead and push. Good skittle there onto Gate with a Wall of Pain down as he lays waste to Gate's health bar, but Ika's going to go back, scoop up this wave. JJ's going to try and harass him at the tower as well, and IMT is going to go ahead and pick up this Rift Herald as a result of their play top lane. So see if that does continue. Acadian now on this left side can have a little bit more coverage. Froggen does have his ultimate, so he can contribute to a fight pretty easily. Gets shoved back now there though, and does have his flash, but Aka a little too far forward, going to get himself sniped by Asta. Very nice setup there for Dig, and I'm not sure what angle Aka saw there, because I can't see his jungler. So right now his Krug camp, which isn't very close to mid lane as it turns out. Even in a 1v1, I'm not sure Aka's doing much better than getting a flash there, and he probably has to use his own, so not enough information for that play, seems like. Certainly a risk that Aka took, and was soundly punished for it there, as Asta's roam alongside almost all of Dig, actually. Able to pick up that Azir. Now Aka's got no flash, no ulti. Feeling pretty vulnerable here in the 1v1, as Froggen's going to go back and spend his money. Rod of Ages completed. Yes, it is. Under 10 minutes, that's going to charge nice and quickly. The Dark Seal picked up as well. Boots of Speed, Doran's Ring. It's a good time there for Froggen, as he looks to continue to stack up the Dark Harvest and farm up a Storm. If we do know one thing about Froggen from his many years, in fact, think, a decade-long career in League of Legends, which is pretty impressive when you step back to consider it. He has always been known for loving to farm all the things, and Karthus is certainly a champion that he has played for a very long time, but can indeed farm them all. So we'll see if his numbers can go even higher up against FLICKR. He's up about a wave right now. JJ, though, about to run into the squad. Gate and Outtack, hello. Arrow doesn't have cleanse there on the JJ side, and he's got the flash, so he's going to be okay. Very nice use of the empowered W there. Get a little bit of health back. Here comes Soaz, though, mid lane to play again, but Froggen is going to flash this time. Stormbringer in. Aka, see you later. And now going to be the second, perhaps. Soaz with the flash, so he's going to be fine, but Froggen had his jungler right behind him in the back pocket. Is Gate going to get rooted up? That's going to be a kill. JJ now with the tether, going to look to lock up Gate, but the magical journey going to keep him safe. And that wasn't a kill, but it's just so slippery. But here's Soaz now going to get aggressed on by Akadia, and Froggen again ready with the Requiem. IMTA have to be pretty careful here. There's the ulti out of set. Akadia in there, move back into the Haymaker. Soaz going to find the snipe, but ult's going to miss. Gate's going to die, surely. Froggen doesn't want to use the ulti just yet, but there's the ulti out of Asta. Going to get the snipe. Very nice as TP's in. But Dig going to maybe keep fighting here. Aka's back. He's got his ulti this time. Gets the shove, but doesn't get any as Asta flashes out of the way. Now Potluck going back in. Finds Asta this time with a face breaker. And IMT just scrapping with Dig here in mid lane, but they are winning these exchanges. I think overall the trade of kills, it does favor IMT, but I would say that what's happening favors Froggen on the Dig side. 1-0-3 right now. Asta also looking good despite the death with those 2 kills. He's very quickly approaching that Infinity Edge. He's got everything but the recipe all done. Drakes, though, are going to be split as IMT off the back of that mid lane play do take the dragon. And Soaz is awfully low here in the top side because Froggen wanted to TP in. He's got the Requiem. He needs a couple more hits as Lola is going to make it happen. And Soaz, no stopwatch, no hope here. And that's going to be a kill. Ooh, it wasn't actually enough. Don't worry, Lola's going to get it. Gets the Triumph heal as well. I'm going to take some plates off this tower. Very effective TP there for Froggen. Able to punish that canopy using all the cooldowns in the mid lane earlier. So has the T now. Froggen is going for a very classic build, but bottom lane, Deadly Flourish after the Q from Karma. Here comes Akadia and Outtack rooted up. That's going to be no flash and no hope there for Outtack's Ashe. As Asta is going to claim kill number 3. Lolo in the top side gets the tower, dances away. Haymaker, they're going to find him, and Froggen says, thanks for the farm, I'll take it. Don't worry, buddy. Not going to go to waste here, and I think Lolo's not too unhappy with that trade. I mean, he's in a massive CS deficit still. 30, that's 20 CS down from Soaz. But he's got his Trinity Force, he got his kill, and Froggen's not going to try and chase down Potluck as the Rift Herald has made an appearance here in top lane. Froggen is farming 2 things at once. It's the best day of his life. Potluck's got no ulti. It's very up very soon though, and Froggen's like, yeah, I don't really want to kite back into this. Potluck says, you must. Froggen says, please, no. I'm going to kill you instead. He's going to die. He's got no ulti now, and Lolo's going to be too late to get the trade, I believe. So as the target, no ulti though for Lolo, but that Trinity Force working this cannon. Soaz has no ulti. Lolo's still chasing, but he's out of movement speed, out of dashes. So it's just going to be the kill there for IMT. The Herald didn't really get the charge off though, I believe, so Froggen did at least deny that. Karthus still feeling very strong here in this game, but does lose some stacks on the Dark Seal. Has a lost chapter now as well, so this is maximum mana early for this Karthus. Charging Rod of Ages, tier early, and of course going to the Archangels as well, because for a long time now, lost chapter and tier do build into Archangels, which has not been the case. Gate and Outtack in the bottom lane, trying to get some plates. Got 5 seconds left now to get one more, and they are going to nab it. Makes sense why Potluck dropped the Herald in such haste in the top lane. But here's the IE done for Asta. Blade of the Ruined King. Close but not finished here for Outtack. It's a huge difference in power of these duo lanes. And of course, JJ with the Swifties. Been good on this Karma. Again, keeping up with Gate's activity on the Bard. Karma just such a strong pick overall. I think we most commonly see her support now, but she can be played solo lane. Just, I think the top enchanter in the game right now, at least based on priority, especially with Yuumi getting nerfed a number of patches ago. Hex Flash set. Hello. Goodbye. JJ says no thank you. Rejects Potluck's offer of wanting to dance behind the Dragon Pit. And 2 minutes till that Cloud Dragon is up. That will be the rift of this game. It actually already is. It will be the Dragon Soul. As the teams are fighting for vision around mid lane. Acadian, considering getting aggressive, gets stunned instead by Bard. So still going to look to dive here. Perhaps Aker's got the flash. Not sure I fancy this one. JJ also here. It's 4v3 right now around the mid lane. Potluck says slam. Bam, thank you, ma'am. Gate says, let me try and stun him up. Oh, it's so cool. JJ gets arrowed as well. And I think that's going to be a kill. Surely the comment. No, it's not going to do it. And JJ's going to get out of there. Here's the ulti out of Jin. They already got the kill on the Potluck because he went a little too early on that play. And Gates! Oh, no. Secures Aker's fate. I don't think he was going to live anyway, but delaying the inevitable, burning his ulti. Does get a nice latch there onto Asta, but the blue buff's going to get over to Frog, and he's going to steal that one away. Dragon's going to be up in a minute, and I think Dignitas are going to have it all but secured, even though the death timers are low. So many cooldowns. They're burnt by IMT to try and get a pick, and they did not receive one. I think Pollock just went too early there. I mean, it was so close onto JJ that it seemed like they picked the right target. The arrow from Altok is really nice. They had to set up with the Bard ready. I thought they were actually going to Bard ulti earlier. I'm not sure if Gate didn't have it when Potluck initially went in. But instead, the execution is not clean for IMT. And they'll have to look to maybe find a foothold around this upcoming Dragon fight if they want to take the fight there. Sovas is actually pretty strong. Still having that 20-25 CS lead up on Lolo. His teleport's going to be back up, although probably not in time if the Dragon has started right away. Altec's got Blade the Ruin King. He's got priority now in mid lane alongside Gate. And Sovas is level 11 with a Protobot and a stopwatch, so he can fight. He's actually very strong right now on this cannon, but Froggen is feeling similarly. Asta feels good as well. And Dignitas are going to move themselves into the area to claim vision around this Dragon. There is a very nicely placed ward in the pit itself, though not spotted yet. JJ Sweeper did not move far enough over to clean that out, so Dig are going to have to clear that one out, but I think there's another Sweeper spinning around. So they should be able to find that ward, and they do. Acadian's going to slap it down, and Dig are going to start the Dragon, and IMT is going to have to say we give it up. Soaz doesn't have TP, he can't make it in. And Lolo actually already roamed down. He's busy taking the bottom outer tower. They're going to trade there as Soaz does pick up the tower in topside. Rift Herald number 2, though, also on the menu. This is contestable for Dig. So, yes, for Dig if they want to run over there now. But looks like they're interested in mid lane instead. Altec and Gate going to have to be careful. Curious to see if IMT want to make a quick play with this Herald. Oh, Acadian spotted them. This could be bad times. Sees the Herald going down. Is not going to get it unless he's in there. Doesn't smite it. Potluck gets it, and Dig are closing in. But the pinch is here on either side for IMT. Somebody's flanking somebody, but everybody runs away from the fight. Instead, deciding that they want to reset instead of continuing the play. Lolo did roam back from bottom lane. Gets a wave push into the tier 2 in bot, so is going to deny a little bit of farm, as it looks like Aker is the one currently assigned to the bottom lane. And Dig feeling good. This is the kind of comp where I wouldn't necessarily expect him to get this kind of a lead early on, but they're up 3, almost 4,000 gold. They've got the lead in Drake, so they don't have the quick soul. So it has been split 2-1 in that objective, but you know, with Wukong and Karthus, this is the kind of comp where you're probably okay taking a deficit. Lawler certainly had to take his, because he's looking to spin in onto the Azir. Spin the second, does find him. Here's Gate, there's Requiem. Lawler going to get shot back in. The damage is big from Froggen. Dark Harvest is good, he gets the kill. And now Gate's going to buy extra time. The Triumph Peel happens, and Gate, he's 4 levels down. He can't do anything. And another ulti that just feels like it's slightly mistimed for Gate. And Lawler with Froggen with the absolutely massive long-range assist. Speaking of, Deadly Flourish finds Potluck, but no follow-up there for JJ. With that global pressure here of the Karthus, how strong Froggen is right now. Closing in on the 10 stacks of the Roa and the transform that I imagine is going to be quite swift here for Froggen. 4 stacks for the Dark Seal as well. Keep an eye out for the Magi's. It has made many appearances in the last 2 or 3 weeks, I believe. That is in thanks to the LPL's Knight, who apparently likes to build that item at every possible turn. But there is something happening. Every mid laner is deciding to buy Magi. Even Greg bought it today. Not today, yesterday, sorry. During his Jungle Karthus game, so Magi is seemingly everywhere. His library's opening all across Summoner's Rift. Good books to read, etc. 2 minutes out of that next Dragon is up. Dignitas have a That's an absurd lead at 20 minutes. 5,000 gold ahead. With plenty of scaling to lean on. Plenty of teamfights to play for. I'm looking for this Kennen to get involved now. So as he's got 2 items. They are built to teamfight. He's got rank 2 ulti. He's had such a pleasant time, for the most part, in the top lane versus Lolo being mostly undisturbed, with that single exception of Froggen entering the top lane. But rapid fire cannon's done for Asta. As Altec is still working on his second item. We've got a needlessly large rod now for Froggen, so it does seem like the fancy hat is en route for the Karthus. Oh, there could be Spellbinder as well, actually. That would be a good option on Karthus also. I actually don't know what the answer to the question of, can you activate Spellbinder as Karthus while dead in your passive? I don't think so. But, because you can't activate any other items, I believe. But I could be wrong on that one. I'm trying to think. You obviously can't activate Zhonya's. That doesn't make any sense. You're already dead. I don't think you can activate Twin Shadows. So I don't think you can activate Spellbinder. But maybe I'm wrong. Seraph's now finished for Froggen as well, as that transform has completed. So the scary Karthus only gets scarier. Lolo is constantly threatening this Kennen now. He does have a Cadian to the left of him, is part of the reason why. In fact, the whole gang's here, as Aster and JJ zooming down to the bottom side of the map. But any fight that Dig picks is going to be made so much better here by Froggen. I'm very surprised Lolo didn't just YOLO it on the gate. Yeah, there we go. That's more of the aggression I was expecting, but Lolo expects the Medical Journey. Gate uses it to get out as Potluck pops the Rift Tower in the jungle because the timer was likely running low. But Acadians here ready to storm bring into the center of the map. They're just getting vision here for this upcoming dragon. I mean, look at those control wards. Jungle is lit for IMT. As Acadians even got time to dance around the dragon. So this will be dragon number 3. They don't even need Froggen here for this one. More than enough blasting power here with this Jhin. Froggen's found Potluck. Not sure he likes that all that much. Gonna get face broken here. Gate with a long range assist. Potluck can't fight for long. That wall of pain was so nice for Froggen. Threw out the Q and then just walled him right in the spot to make sure it would hit. Get the extra damage as well as the MR reduction from Wall of Pain happens. Man, Karthus is such an old champion. Karthus is sweet, man. I wish more people played Karthus. He's hard to play. I think that's one of the reasons people stay away from him. It's it looks really easy. Like, and I think if you've got, like, if you manage to pick up a lot of farm or a lot of kills, just build up AP and then you just literally run it down into the enemy team. Karthus feels very simple, but that skill shot is a lot harder to hit than it looks. Karthus is all skill shots for his DPS with the exception of his ultimate, so especially at this level, much harder to pilot than you might expect. But Froggen certainly a player with, again, 10 years of experience on this kind of champion. Souls and Lolo perhaps squaring up once more. Lolo has been much more confident knowing that his teammates have been behind him, knowing that his team has the map control. And Soaz actually can't even entertain the 1v1 right now. Froggen will make it a very uneven 1v1. He's actually level 15 already, predictably the highest level in the game. We'll see how far off he is from level 16, which is where the big bucks happen as far as ultimates go. It is death cap confirmed now for Froggen as well. It's actually finished that at a frighteningly fast clip. 24 minutes in, 3-item Karthus has just skipped boots 2 completely. Doesn't need them. Movement speed is not for Froggen today. He just wants more and more AP. I mean, I guess if he's only going to ult, so we'll see you later. He's got Zhonya's, I think he's going to be okay. And Froggen, I think rightly, does not pull the trigger on the Requiem as a result because Lolo cannot follow up after the stasis. All that being said, though, Lolo and Soaz exchange ultimates. Wukong has the sideline pressure on this cannon. They both have TP. The red buff goes to Potluck, who did have to smite it away. The DIGA just using this presence in bottom lane, clearing out the vision once again like they did with this dragon. And they've got 2 minutes and 40 seconds before the soul's going to spawn. So they can just go straight for this Baron. And this is a deadly 2-man Baron. We talked about it already. Karthus neutral objectives is just so fast. And now IMT going to have to check. They check quickly as well, which I like. Froggen pulls off the objective. JJ gets out of dodge. Lolo's going to return to applying pressure to the bottom lane to open up even more space for Dig to go for that Baron play once again. There is a control ward in the back of that pit that needs to be cleared if the play is going to be attempted once more, and I think JJ is now going to go ahead and correct that, as he does see the ward. But Lolo is going to take down some jungle monsters before returning to the bottom lane to get that pushing back in, and it does feel like Dig should have just a very easy time setting up around these objectives. They've already done such a good job of taking control of vision as a team, of having these side lanes pushed out. Froggen has to be close to level 16 at this point. He has so much farm and XP. There it is, level 16. Kills that last cannon for it. And now what do you do as IMT? I think part of your answer has to involve Soaz getting to the team fight on time. Presumably, you were doing this around one of these objectives, either this Baron or this Dragon Soul. That's up in a minute 25 now, but Dig have decided they can wait on Baron. They're going to move in early to clear out vision around the blue buff and the Dragon side of the map, much to their delight, I'm sure. All of the vision work they've done earlier means that even though the wards are cleared out, there's 0 wards right now. As Lola is going to get in onto Soaz, but Soaz just going to burn the ulti. Lola going to hold on to his, and Soaz not going to have that cooldown in 55 seconds time. I'm not extremely well versed on cannon ultis, but I'm going to say a level 2 cannon ulti with no Cloud Dragons and a little bit of CDR is over a minute. I'm going to say it's over a minute, and he's got less than that, so this fight is going to potentially have to start around this stall. So using that ulti is actually a pretty big deal there. Asta also closing in on 3 items, but I don't think he's going to make it back to the shop. Keep it in time. Just busy pushing out mid. Lola continuing to show priority in the bottom lane. That Death Sense Triforce combo is just becoming a rather large nuisance for this cannon. Lola's even going to finish off this tower, actually. Just dashing around and just going to swipe it down. Now walking himself back down to the Soul Dragon, as expected, so his ulti isn't back up. And Karthus can solo this if he wants to. Hookshot's going to reveal, but yeah, Froggen's just going to go ahead and take this out. IMTA are trying to trade for Baron, but this is not a very healthy looking trade because the enemy jungler is already in the area. Azir like starting the Baron. Also another good 2-man Baron champion, but Asta's going to get some info with the ulti, going to start poking him out. Ooh, that knockup hitting Acre. Very lucky to not be in range of that Jhin ulti. He was just on the cusp of the shooting gallery, but Digger easily able to force him off. Lola's on to Soaz. Soaz going to have his ulti back right now. And going to burn it there to ensure that Lola cannot continue the fight. Gets the stun. This could be good look here for Soaz. Requiem is up though for the cannon, so I would be careful. And Soaz indeed will be. As Lola is going to look to take it back soon. He's going to try and take the grub before them, but that is a camp too far. So he's going to leave the jungle. Soaz is going to scoop up this wave. And Froggen finally upgraded his shoes. Went to the store, bought some new ones. Got the sock shoes now finished. After only 3 other items were completed. You know, this is all normal. Just goes to show how comfortable Froggen has felt in this game. He's been able to prioritize just farming, getting XP. Is still tied for the highest level in the game right now. Asta's gone back. He's got 3 items now, as well as that Phantom Dancer joins in the RFC and the IE. And Baron is just going to be the port of call here for Dig. It's been such a smooth game since that level 1 play, it felt like. You know, they got an advantage. They won that first team fight. And ever since getting that few thousand gold worth of lead, trouble for Asta in mid lane there. She's forced to fight out a potluck ulti. Here comes the Kating though to save the day. Haymaker does not connect, and Soaz is going to get chased out of there. Oh, what a snipe! Asta's been on point with his ultis. Last bullet is not going to hit. Altac, that was a bad time to cast the curse that Jhin. Aker's going to have to shove them off the way. Lola says absolutely not. As he dives in there, ready with the ulti. I take it all back. He doesn't have it. Requiem, though, is just going to blast the remaining members of IMT. And Gate and Potluck are the only 2 left alive. Make it Gate only there, as he's the last one, as Digger on for the ace. As Lola is going to slap him down and collect it, as Dig don't even need the Baron to potentially crack through the base here. They're not going to bother going for the objective. They might even look to end the game now. It's 20 seconds till Altec is up. So is up in 15. Digger just charging straight through. They have so much damage, such a lead, and Asta's going to hit him with the optic logo. You know who means business when he's going for that one, as Dig are going to end this game in just barely over 30 minutes as they take down IMT's Nexus. Academy is getting wild.